Hey guys, welcome to number 4 in the Chakra Tune-Up series. Today we're going to focus on heart chakra. And so we'll get started right away, lying down on our stomachs in Sphinx pose. So come down just like you're going to lay to your belly, but prop yourself up onto your forearms. And this might be first thing in the morning for you, so amount of back bend we can really play with here. So maybe you have elbows stacked right under shoulders. If you want to ease the back bend a little bit more, let's walk your elbows forward and you'll probably feel that back bend start to lessen a little bit. Right? So just find the place that's right for you to start with. Okay? But a couple things you do want to do to set up here, make your legs strong. And so press down into the tops of your feet. Lengthen your tailbone back towards your heels. You may feel that help to lift the belly and really support the back bend that's going on there. And then get really active through your forearms and your hands. So root down. And then traction your elbows back towards your hips. Draw your shoulder blades back. Right? And then bottom tips of your shoulder blades down. So you feel at the same time that you're lifting and opening from the center of your chest. And take your gaze forward. So you're neither dropping the chin or throwing your head back. And then just soften through your gaze or even close your eyes. Let your breath start to deepen. So that you feel the breath start to expand not just to your chest, right? That area we're going to focus on today with the fourth chakra, but maybe even also down into your belly. And just give yourself this moment to settle into your practice. Short, but still connected. And let your attention start to rest right there at the center of your chest, right? Our energetic heart space. This is Anahata chakra, heart chakra. And color is green. And when we think about chakras, right, we often just think about this front of the chest, especially when we think about the heart chakra. Right? We talk about this in yoga so much of like open the heart, open the heart, open the heart with big back bends and chest openers. I invite you today also to think about this front to back connection, right? That the chakra fills up that whole space and that energetically we give from the front body and we receive from the back body. And so where can we tap into both giving and receiving, right? With love, with compassion, right? One of the big qualities of the heart chakra we don't always think about, and in relationship to others, but also to yourself. And give yourself a couple more breaths here. And then come all the way down onto your belly, stack your hands, give your hips a little bit of a wiggle side to side, let the low back release. Okay, and then you're going to take your arms out wide like a T, right? And walk your right hand forward just a couple of inches so it's at a slight little diagonal. And then roll up onto your right side. Let your head rest down towards the mat. And you can play a little bit with where your arm is, this extended arm. If it feels like once you get in, like, yeah, that feels okay, but I have a lot more room, you can roll out, bend the arm, like bend your elbow and roll back. That's going to significantly deepen the stretch probably and the sensation. So find what's right for you, especially if it's early. And then you can keep legs stacked or step your top foot behind. You bring your left hand to rest wherever that's comfortable. And just give yourself about 3 or 4 full breaths. We won't stay here super long. Just starting to open up that space at the front of the chest. We know this area can get so compressed. Unwind, come back to center, and then switch sides. So stretch your left arm out and just a little bit of a diagonal. Then it works more with the fibers of the muscle tissue there. Roll up onto your left side. Let the side of your head rest. Right, legs stacked or step your top foot behind. And like all things, there's a physical component, right? The body gets kind of shut down the front body as we spend a lot of time working at desks, on our phone, on our devices, but also, right, energetically, emotionally, what does it do when we start to close down this front area of the body? Good. Come back to center. Bring your hands alongside your ribs. Press to tabletop. And then just take a moment to stack your shoulders over your hands, hips over your knees. Spread wide through your hands, right, through your fingers, lots of space, and then press down into your fingertips. So it feels really strong from your shoulders to your hands. And then a couple rounds of cat-cow. And I invite you to move this one from your shoulders, right? So as you drop the belly, look forward, squeeze your shoulder blades back. And then as you exhale and round and press down, let your shoulder blades slide away from your spine. Good. Come forward, inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, round and press, let your shoulder blades slide away. So you just start to feel that gliding action back and forth. Inhale, drop your belly, look forward, squeeze. Right, and so we're alternating space in the front of the heart, space in the back. Let's take one more. And then come back to center, neutral spine. Walk your hands forward a couple inches, but keep that same connection. Let's actually do this. You're going to turn your hands out just a few inches. So it's more like the webbing between your thumb and your forefinger angle towards the front of your mat. We'll get a little bit more rotation through the shoulders here. Then press up and back, downward facing dog. Right? You might have a little bend in your knees, that's fine, or legs working towards straight. But really, again, actively press down from shoulders to hands. I mean, think about this heart chakra, right? It lives right at the center, but how does it expand and move out from that space of the chest, front to back, and then all the way out through our arms? And so once you feel that firm connection, traction your hands down and forward. Press down into the thumb and index finger, and then roll the eyes of your elbows forward so we get the rotation of the shoulders to help open the chest. And then soften your chest back towards your thighs. Right? Like almost like you could move your upper arms behind your ears there. They might not get there. Just sending it in that direction and notice what you feel, what the sensation is. Sometimes just little changes in how we set up hand position can make a big difference. And with your next inhale, go ahead, slide forward to high plank. And with your exhale, lower all the way down, either with bent knees or straight legs. Okay, from here, take your arms out wide so they actually come off of your mat, come up onto your fingertips. And so your elbows stack right over your wrists. Anchor down through the tops of your feet, and then inhale, lift up through head, chest, shoulders. Squeeze shoulder blades back and down out of your ears. Exhale, lower down. See if you can use more of the strength of the back than strength of your arms and hands. Inhale, float up, strong along the back line of the heart. Exhale, lower down. One more, float up, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Right, sometimes it's strong on one side, open on the other. Inhale, come back up, high plank. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg up and back. Exhale, step all the way through. And turn and plant your back heel. Come on up, warrior two. And then take eagle arm. So wrap left arm underneath right. You can do hands to shoulders or wrap the hands. And just take a moment to settle your foundation, right? Even though we're working on that upper body, feel rooted, feel stable, right? Just like we've talked about, the chakras all build from there, so that little bit of stability can go a long way. And then bring your attention to your arms. Lift your elbows so they're in line with your shoulders. Point your fingertips away, stretch them a little bit away from your forehead. And then just bring that attention to the space in between the shoulder blades, right? Back of the heart, the place where you receive. And can you take a couple full breaths into that? And with your next inhale, unwind, straighten your front leg. Exhale, hinge forward, come down, triangle pose. You're welcome to grab a block, place something underneath your hand, right? You want to, especially here, as we're focusing on opening the front of the body, right? Not come down so far that your upper body caves in. Give yourself enough support so the heart stays open. Root through your feet. And then really expand from fingertip to fingertip, right? From the center of the chest, from the heart chakra out through the fingertips. And then roll your right shoulder onto your back, open up. And root through your feet, inhale, come all the way up. Pivot your toes to the long end of your mat. And then take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. So give yourself a little bend in your elbows and squeeze the heels of your hands towards one another. And then with that, like keep your hands together, but traction your elbows apart from one another. Feel the space across the front of your chest. Full breath in. And then exhale, hinge, fold forward, wide-legged forward fold. Maybe there's a bend in your knees if that feels better. And then you can keep your thumbs right there at your sacrum or stretch your arms up or maybe over. Keep that traction of your elbows apart from one another. Like that's so much of where the pose really starts to get effective. And with strong legs, inhale, come all the way up. And then pivot your right toes to the back of your mat, left heel back a little bit. Inhale, arms out wide. Exhale, bend your front knee and wrap, right arm underneath left. Hands to shoulders or wrap palms. Anchor your foundation. And then lift your elbows up a little so they're in line with shoulders. Point fingertips away. And just feel what happens now into that space along the back, in between shoulder blades. Find a little space, a little breath there. Inhale, unwind, straighten your front leg. Exhale, hinge, fold forward, triangle. And then spread out wide through your arms, right? Where can you roll your chest up and then hug your left shoulder blade onto your back so that we're alternating between this strength and space all throughout the chakra. And come all the way up, inhale, circle your hands down to the front of your mat, step back plank. Take a breath in. And with your exhale, lower all the way down. Now take your arms out wide again, come up onto fingertips. Right, so elbows right over wrists. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, dip right shoulder over to the left. Come back to center from the strength of your back move. Exhale, left shoulder across. Stay rooted through the tops of your feet. Find the foundation. Come to center, inhale. Right shoulder across, exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale across. Good. Back through center, inhale. Lower all the way down, exhale. Hands by your side. Stretch back down, dog. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Sink your chest back towards your legs. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step through. Good. Shorten your stance so you get your whole back heel down. Turn your left toes out to the left, just an inch or two. Inhale, come all the way up, warrior one. Okay, we're going to set up a pretty strong shoulder opener here in the arms. So just work with where your body's at today. Bring your arms out wide. And then you're going to turn your right hand down, bend your elbow, reach around. So the back of your hand touches somewhere along your back. Reach your left arm up and then bend your elbow, take it behind your head, behind your neck. Maybe fingertips meet, maybe they're not anywhere close, and you just grab your shirt, wherever that works for you. But wherever you're at, right, one, press down into foundation, right? Stack the energy from there. Traction your elbows apart. Snuggle the back of your head back. And then from the center of your chest, lift up. Full breath into the space of the heart. Nice. Inhale, unwind, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, turn your hands out, press your arms down just to reset the shoulders, hands to your mat, step back, down dog. Left leg up, step through, exhale. Right, so a little bit shorter stance, so your back heel's down, right toes out to the right, just at like 1 o'clock on your mat. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bend into your front knee. Right, strong legs squeeze in and then root down. Arms out wide, inhale. And then turn your left thumb down, bend your elbow, reach around. Reach your right arm up, and then take it, might just come behind your head, behind neck, maybe fingers meet, grab your shirt, whatever you got. Squeeze your legs together. Traction your arms apart, right? So right elbow up, left elbow down. Snuggle the back of your head back. Right. Notice where there's sensation. We know sometimes where the physical body is stuck, the energy might get a little stuck there as well. What do we invite in? And what are we giving out, right? The giving and receiving of energy here. Reach both arms up, inhale. Turn your palms out slowly, press down. Bring your hands down to your mat. Take a big step forward and take your feet wide to the outer edges of your mat. Turn your toes out, heels in. Bend your knees, sink down, squat. And then bring your hands together at your heart, malasana. You can always bring a block or 2 blocks underneath your hips for a little bit more support here. Okay, with hands together in prayer at heart center. Instead of lifting the chest here, round in. Right, feel the connection of your feet. Right, then we get the fluidity of the hips, second chakra. And then let the back of the heart start to open as you drop your chin towards your chest. You might even snuggle your arms in a little bit more. And what does it feel different from maybe what we think of as traditional heart openers with the front body open? To direct some of that space to the back of the heart where we receive, right? Where you fill up love, compassion for yourself, for others, so that you can give, right? If this place isn't open, how do we give from the front without first receiving along the back? Good. Release your hands and then just use your hands behind you and then come down, have a seat. Take your feet so they're hip width apart. Take your hands behind you, so you're either going to turn your fingertips out or in towards your hips. Root down into hands and feet. And with your inhale, lift your hips up, reverse tabletop. Press into your heels, traction them back towards your fingertips. Right, press down from shoulders to palms, open heart. Full breath in. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Cross your legs, whatever feels like a comfortable cross-legged seat. Take one hand to the center of your heart. Stack the other hand on top. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Anchor your seat. Lift your heart into your hands. And just stack your head right over your shoulders. And slow down your breath. The color here is green. And the sound, the mantra, like we've talked about in the other classes, is yam. Y-A-M, yam. how does it feel in your body when this space is not only just open but strong? Right? Sometimes love and compassion require more than just giving, they also require boundaries. So there's stability but space, where it feels like you are giving and receiving equally. Right? What does that look like and feel like? And take a few more full breaths into that. And then bring your hands together at your heart. Right? Bow in from your head to your heart. What if we could lead most of what we do from this space, this intuition, this knowledge of our heart? Thank you so much for sharing the practice. Namaste.